Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video and I am very excited. Today I will be showing you guys how to install a 6x6 closure. I'm gonna get right into this video because I know you guys want to see exactly what I am doing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. So with any installation where you are using adhesive, you want to make sure that you are protecting your client's edges. This is very important. As you can see, I'm doing the stocking cap method. There are already a lot of videos on YouTube showing this method. So for the sake of time, I just went ahead and fast forwarded a little bit through this process. But here you can see me cutting off the extra cap. I had a little bit more than I needed, but by the end of the installation, I'm going to remove all of this cap from her forehead. After I'm done cutting off the stocking cap, I like to match the makeup that I am using to my client's skin. So as you can see, I'm just going in with my finger and testing it out. There's a little dot right there in the center of her head. It's a lot lighter. That clearly wasn't the color that I needed. So at this point, I'm going to do the most important step, cleaning off her forehead and the area that you are using to apply this lace. You want to make sure that this area is spotless, okay? You do not want any dirt, any oils on your client's skin while you're doing this process because it's going to cause the lace to lift off. So make sure you clean it off with 99% alcohol, and I use Sea Breeze as a little overlayer that just helps to clean everything off. The same makeup that I used on her stocking cap is the same makeup I'm going to put underneath her lace because you want everything to blend in seamlessly. So once you're done with the stocking cap, you want to go ahead and place the lace on your client's head. You also want to make sure that they are helping you keep it in place while you are sewing it back. So here you're going to see me doing exactly that. I'm going to be using the loop and pull method for this sewing. I actually love this method because I feel like it helps with a longer lasting installation. And you can see that I started on her first braid. There's a little bit of lace that looks like it should be getting sewn on as well, but that perimeter of the closure that you see me not sewing on, I'm actually going to cut that off. And this helps with a really natural and seamless installation. So I'm going to go ahead and do the loop and pull method all the way around. You want to make sure that you're not pulling the closure back while you're doing this, because what you're going to do is you're going to pull it back too much, and then when you go to glue it on, you're going to try to pull that lace forward, and there's going to be too much tension, which is going to cause the lace to pull back. So you want to go ahead and do this loop and pull method all the way around, making sure that you aren't pulling back on the lace and making sure that your client is keeping it still, because the last thing you want to do is go ahead and sew all of this around and then realize you either have to shift it forward or shift it back or shift it to the left and to the right, etc. So like I said, just make sure you are doing your part and not pulling it back, and then just make sure that your client is keeping it still for you, and then this way you won't have no complications once you sew it all the way around. Once you sew that closure all the way around, you want to go in with your glue. I'm using Bold Hold Active. I absolutely love this glue. It's great if you have oily skin, if you get sweaty really fast, or you're just really active in the gym or you're an athlete. So right here, I'm just going ahead and smoothing this out. As you saw me doing, I was just applying a little bit across her forehead. You do not want to add a lot of glue. I know a lot of people think that more is better, but when you're working with adhesives, you want to put a little bit on at a time, okay? So you can go ahead and do 2 to 4 layers. I just recommend 4 if you really want that strong hold. But if you're doing this process correctly, your lace will stay on for at least 4 weeks. So I'm just going to go ahead and smooth this out. And you want to make sure that your glue is turning white before you go on with the next layer. So here I'm going to cut off that little piece that I was telling you about. I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side, and then I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other side. You really want the side to be off because when you lay down your closure, you want it to be really flat, okay? Before I found out about this method, I would always ask myself, why is this part not staying down? And it's because the part that I just cut off is a lot thicker than the rest of the lace. So you want to go ahead and cut that part off so when you apply your lace onto the glue, everything lays flat across evenly. As you can see me doing right now, I'm going ahead and placing this lace into the glue. I'm not smudging it. I am not rubbing it in too hard. I'm just combing it through and using the end of my rat tail comb. I know I said that once the glue turns clear, it's dry, but it's not completely dry in the sense that it won't smear through your lace if you are pushing it in too hard. I hope that makes sense, but you just want to be really delicate. So right here, I am cutting off this excess lace. So you want to keep this continuous flow of going in an up, down motion. You don't want to go up and clip and go down and clip like too hard, because then you're going to have this mountaintop hairline lace, and you don't really want that. You just want it to look natural. I really hope I'm making sense to you guys, but that's really what you want to do. So as you can see, there are little parts of the lace that haven't stuck to any glue, but I'm going to go back in and fix that up. And then when I'm done, everything is going to be in place and it is not going to move at all. Okay. Here I am fixing those parts that I told you guys about. I like to add some glue to the back of my hand and just dip the edge of my rat tail in there. And then I just like using the edge of the comb and lightly patting that lace into the glue. Avoid using your fingers. I use my nails because I really need to get this part down. But for the most part, use your rat tail comb so you aren't getting any dirt or oil on your client's lace. Right here, I'm just showing you guys how I went ahead and sewed on her bundles. I am doing the flip over method. I believe, yes, this bundle that I used right here was doubled. So I really made sure that when I was flipping it over, I tacked it down. That way, that part of the hair that is flipping over, it's not bulging out or it's not really bumpy. So what I like to do is I like to go through the weft like you see me doing right here. And then I do a double knot and then I pull it like the loop and pull method that you see me doing. So I'm going to do that all the way across her head until I get to the top. And I did not connect my last track to the closure, just in case we had to do like a closure replacement or maintenance. It would be a lot easier for me to just go ahead and take that closure out without having to take any of the tracks out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this to the other side. Once I'm done sewing her tracks on, I'm going to take this little scarf off of her head and I'm going to show you what her lace is looking like. So I do want to advise you guys that when you do end up using this method, you're going to have a small gap from where your closure starts and where your tracks lay. And this is because you cut that little excess piece off and you needed it to be over your edges as if you would do any frontal or lace installation. So right here, I'm just going through her hair and showing you guys the parting space. This is a 6x6 closure. I really recommend this size for people who want the frontal look but don't want to deal with a frontal. They also come in 5x5, 7x7s, and 8x8. I went ahead and cut out some baby hairs, molded them with foam, and put her underneath the dryer. As you can see, I'm just going back in with my tweezers and making her baby hairs a little less thick. Like I said, you want baby hairs, not senior citizen adult hairs. And there's always room to fix your baby hairs after you mold them down. You can thin them out, cut them a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm also going to come back with a video on how to form your baby hairs with the foam method without your lace lifting, because it is a process and it's difficult at first. But I'm going to go ahead with styling. Through with the basic styling process. As far as baby hairs, we decided to do a half up, half down braided ponytail look. Right here, I'm just doing my first braid and starting it off really small and just working my way to the back. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side, and then I'm going to go ahead and braid the middle and add some hair for a ponytail. So I'm going to let this video run as I talk, just so you guys can see how this style slowly unfolds and just to get a general idea of what you can do with a 6x6 closure and giving it that frontal look. My client bought 3 bundles of 24 inches and we put all 3 bundles into her head. I also know that some of you guys may have wanted to see a more detailed styling section, but I really wanted to focus this video on how to install a closure. Personally, when I was learning, I like to see one thing at a time. So I'm going to do that for you guys, but I will come back with a more detailed video on how to install your lace and how to style and so much more. I really have a lot in store for you guys. But for now, make sure that you subscribe. Leave a thumbs up for this video, go comment your comments in the comment section. That sounded crazy. But make sure you leave your comments in that section, your questions, whatever else you guys would like for me to show you guys. Go ahead and let me know, because that's what I am here for. I'm also gonna put my Instagram name in my description box just so you guys can see some work that I've previously done before I started filming for YouTube. So just sit back and enjoy the rest of this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. I need you.